Young Construction has been Iowa's roofing leader for over 20 years. We haven't just been nailing roofs, we've been giving back, growing relationships, constantly learning, and building a reputation as your home exterior experts.
Your home exterior experts. Call on Young Construction.
Today we're going to be diving into the importance of giving back to the communities that your company serves. We have Dan Young here, the owner of Young Construction, and he's going to give us insight on how Young Construction impacts the communities around them. How are you doing?
How you doing, Kativa?
This is exciting.
It is exciting.
Something new that we've never done before.
Something we haven't done. We're going to start doing more of these.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about giving back to the communities you guys serve. You serve all of Iowa. And why is it important for you guys to give back?
You know, I think it goes back to the very beginning. Giving back to the local community and being there where others, rather than just be a taker, I think it's important to give back to the community, and in return, the community improves.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can never give back too much.
You can't, not where you're from.
So how did Young Construction start giving back?
You know, we started giving back to the local area where we're at. We started giving back to the charitable areas where we're at. And that was the biggest thing is supporting organizations that helped some of the same people that work for us. And it helped me when I was younger too. So I think it's important in that area.
Yeah, because when Young Construction started 20 years ago this year,
20 years ago.
You didn't start with this. You didn't start with 20-something employees. You didn't have 3 locations.
No, we never had 3, and you know, we weren't licensed in Minnesota. It's grown exponentially. I think that, or is it exponentially?
Exponentially, I think.
Tried to use a big word.
It was close.
That's part of the reason. I think if you want your company to grow, and you want it to grow the right way, I think you have to be part of the community. You have to be able to give back, and in turn, the community is really supporting your company. That's where it comes from. It comes from nowhere else, especially in retail. You know, and that's where we started in retail. We do a lot of storm restoration now, but retail is where we started, and I'm very grateful for that today. We started out real small. I mean, we used to hang out flyers in grocery stores, and that's how we started. There was no marketing money. I actually started with a car, and you know, you would do a job, and that would lead to you giving back to the community. In that way, your references were the community.
Yeah.
That's who did it. You know, your advertising was your first job, and they told their friends, and the next thing you know, you did another job.
Right. That's how you build that trust.
That's how you build the trust in the community.
So there's so many organizations that helped you along the way. How does Young Construction decide what organizations and nonprofits that they are going to serve now, or how does that work?
So we always support local. The inner workings. I like supporting organizations that give back. Just simple as the food bank is a huge one.
Yeah.
A person should not have
Those
to go
basic
hungry
needs. Yeah.
in the United States of America. So I'm a big fan of that. I love Toys for Tots. I think a kid should at least get a Christmas present. You know, so in that area, that's how we started. We stuck with you know, local, the Humane Society, local organizations. It wasn't until later that we started looking at it in a whole different setting. Now that you know, probably 6 years ago, we started YC Cares.
Yeah.
YC Cares was my wife's idea, actually. It was a great idea. And what that does is target individual things that we can give back and make a direct impact to the community. We give away free roofs.
Yes. Yep.
You know, we do multiple other ones. We do a Christmas shopping spree.
That's a big one every year.
That's a big one.
Yes.
I think we're up to 5 or 6 families now, and we donate $500 and take them shopping. 2 of our employees does that. That's part of being part of our company. We want people to realize that, you know, if you work for us, not only is the community supporting us, but I want you to see that, hey, you know, people out there sometimes are hurting.
Yeah.
You know,
Really immerse yourself.
some of the best ones I've ever seen is, you go on a $500 and we don't have no requirement except you can't buy alcohol.
Right.
But it's interesting because when you see somebody that wins the $500 and they buy $400 in food and $100 in presents,
Right.
speaks volumes. That's when I know that as an owner, as a person, as a family, as a father, that I'm doing what should be done.
Yes. Yes, because a lot of times you do see people go spend $500 just on toys. They really take for granted
It's-
those basic fundamental things.
It's
that families
interesting.
need.
You'd be surprised, and that's why I wanted our employees to do it. I wanted them to see, that hey, you would see some people and you would think, okay, they're gonna get some toys for the kids, and they would ask, is it okay if I buy food? Yeah,
Yeah, please
whatever
do.
you want to
Please
get.
do.
As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, if you wanted to get all it, and because really that means that they're falling in between the cracks. A lot of people in that situation, you'll see both parents working, and they make too much money for any help. They make just a little bit over what they needed. And so Christmas
get
rolls
the
around and they can't get, and there's nothing to help them because they make just a little too much. So we saw the need. And that, I bet you we probably get 150 applications at least now
Right.
for that.
And it's nothing you're going to stop.
It's nothing
If anything, you guys expand the programs.
we'll be expanding now that we have our new location in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, you guys definitely saw a need in the community, and you're fitting the gaps. And that's the great thing about Young
Yes.
Construction is you're so flexible. As if there's a different area that needs something, or you see people hurting, it's instant. There's no thought about it. It's we need to help. How can we help?
We seek out people that have that same mentality. I would rather have somebody work for us that has that same thing. You have to give people that work for you the ability to grow.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things I think in a company that you need to do. People need to realize that they have potential where they're at, and if you don't provide them with that, it's disappointing to the employee and the employer. You want that person to have the ability to shine.
Right.
And doing this kind of charitable stuff, it opens that door.
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing that really drew me and draws a lot of your employees to this company.
It
is
does.
They see how genuine and how caring and generous you and your wife are with everything that you do, whether it be giving to a family in need or just helping an employee get to work, or
Yes.
just the little things of giving back that aren't dollars.
And that's it too, I remember starting out and not having, what we have now.
Right.
Now it's a blessing. It's grown because of the community. See, it's a
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
a double deal there. And I truly believe that in life too.
Yeah.
I always have. If you become what you want to be given to you,
Yeah.
and then you work. You have to work to get it. You have to work hard to get to where you want to go.
What's that quote? Be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly. I love that quote.
That's a good mantra.
Because it carries with you in everything in life.
Yeah.
It really does.
And when you give back to the communities, they give in turn back to you, and they give back to each other. And some of the best feelings too are after you do a job for somebody and they send you, or you give back and they send you a card saying you have no idea what we've been through and you helped us.
It's heartwarming. I've had families come in with the little kids on the Christmas one,
Yeah.
and the little kids come in with cookies, and they made them at home.
Yeah.
And it's those are the times where you're doing right.
Yeah.
Because if you do that and if you follow that path, your company's going to grow. It's just the way it works. It always has.
Yeah. And it can just grow from here.
I hope so, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of the foundation. You don't always think of construction in a soft-hearted way. And I would say Young Construction definitely embodies helping, giving back, doing the right thing, the integrity.
Well, and even on that, I travel a lot in the winter I go to conferences to be educated. That everything we built was because I was teachable, and I talk about that a lot, being teachable.
Yes.
And I hear all the time, because we do storm restoration and what we call retail, which is your basic homeowner calls in or a business calls in to do a commercial or residential project. I hear when I'm going to the conventions and different ones, a lot of guys that do just storm restoration. How do you do retail? How do you do that? And it's really interesting because it was almost easier for us as a company to learn how to do storm restoration than it is for them to learn how to do retail.
Retail on the other side.
It's really, and you try to explain it to them, that really, it's not one shot answer. It's not buying a lead.
Right.
It isn't. It's not knocking a door. It's building a brand.
Yep.
Building a brand followed by a company that backs up their brand with giving back to the community.
Right.
And it takes time. This isn't something that happens overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are 20 years now.
20 years, and it took years to build the brand. It was later that we started doing storm restoration, and you look back on that, it was probably a blessing in disguise. We have a full-time marketing person right here
Yeah.
that I seeked out.
Right.
We did. We looked for you, right?
Right.
I believe you hire people when you meet them, you hire them on what they can be.
Right.
Sometimes, and I do this, and we've talked about it. Sometimes you'll meet somebody and they don't know how good they can be or are, and how much they can grow in a position. They just need somebody to back them.
Yeah, you guys have been valuable mentors to many people, not just in your workplace, but in the community as well. Just mentors for different community members, people with kids, people who are entrepreneurs going through things like this. It's a big deal.
And that's it too, and I've found that the more successful we are, the more we're able to give back, the more successful we are. It's hand in hand.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about, but it's a lot of good advice for young entrepreneurs, which we'll go into in another
Yes.
episode of this, of how we can help young entrepreneurs, up and coming ones, do in this industry. We have a lot of charitable programs at Young Construction. We'll go into some of those, expand on those,
We have a lot coming up this.
and we have a lot
this year.
coming up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We have a lot
great.
coming up
It's a good problem.
right now. We do. Yeah.
Yes.
This is probably our busiest time on. We have the veterans. We're giving away a roof for a veteran.
Yeah.
We have our own roof that we give away. Many things coming up that we do for the community. Just happens to happen now.
Yeah,
You know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about those and show everybody just how immersive this industry can be.
And I like this part of it because I think sometimes as an industry, people need to see this part rather than, that sales gimmick.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
buy from us.
Are
Hey,
your
we're-
shingles
yeah,
falling
are your
off?
shingles
Yeah.
We're the best.
Yeah.
You can be the best. They're gonna know when you follow through with what you're supposed to follow through with.
Yeah.
Everybody
Providing resources and providing a safe place. And,
being a company that's gonna stick around in the community rather than just get
Yeah.
paid to do the job and leave.
yeah. Yeah, that's not your construction.
No.
No. Well, awesome. Thank you for sharing that, and I can't wait
No.
to see where else we go with these.
No,
It's so
thank you.
exciting.
I appreciate it. It's been great. I'm looking forward to bringing our what we do out to the community a little
Yeah.
more.
It's gonna be great.
It is. It'll be good.
Your home exterior experts. Call on Young Construction.